A little girl general store and secretly picks up some items, hiding them as she gets ready to leave. The shopkeeper notices her and tells her to stop. The little girl becomes frightened, thinking that he might have caught her. She hides the item behind her and asks the shopkeeper, "What happened?" The shopkeeper replies, "Return the item you took." The little girl denies it, saying, "What item? I didn't take anything." The shopkeeper insists, "Return it." Finally, the little girl gives back the item and apologizes. The shopkeeper then asks her, "Why did you do this?" The little girl replies, "No one gives me work. When I don't have any work, how else will I eat? That's why I did this." Hearing this, the shopkeeper says, "All right, I'll give you some work." The girl asks, "What work?" The shopkeeper smiles and says, "Be patient, I'll show you." He takes a packet of sandwiches from his shop and gives it to the girl. Together, they set up a small table outside the shop. The shopkeeper places the sandwiches there while the little girl makes a handwritten sign and puts it on the table. The girl asks him, "But who will buy from here?" Just then, a woman comes by and buys a sandwich from her, paying money. The little girl happily gives the money to the shopkeeper and says to the woman, "Please come again. You'll get very fresh and tasty sandwiches here." Soon, all the sandwiches are sold. Excited, the little girl takes the money to the shopkeeper, who is busy cleaning his store. She hands him all the money. The shopkeeper looks at it with joy and says, "This is your hard-earned money." But the little girl replies, "No, you gave me the sandwiches, so this money belongs to you." The shopkeeper becomes emotional, hugs the little girl, and admires her honesty. Meanwhile, at home, the girl's mother is sitting worried, wondering how they will survive. A cunning woman happens to witness how the little girl earned money by selling sandwiches. The woman thinks, "I'll do the same and earn lots of money." The next day, when the little girl comes out of her house, she sees that cunning woman across the street selling sandwiches too. The little girl becomes upset and says, "Now who will buy my sandwiches?" The kind shopkeeper comforts her, saying, "Everyone has their own destiny." But the cunning woman mocks the little girl, calling customers toward her own table. The shopkeeper then whispers to the girl, "Don't worry, I have a plan." He goes over to the cunning woman and asks, "How many sandwiches do you have?" He counts them and says, "I want to buy them all." The woman is overjoyed and sells them to him. On his way back, the shopkeeper takes those sandwiches and gives them all to the little girl. She is shocked to see so many sandwiches. The shopkeeper then increases the prices on the sign and begins calling out sandwiches. "Get your fresh sandwiches." The little girl joins him, shouting happily. Soon, customers arrive. One man buys sandwiches and pays her. Another woman comes and buys many. People keep coming, and all the sandwiches are sold out quickly. The cunning woman becomes angry, realizing her mistake. In frustration, she packs up her table and leaves. The shopkeeper gives some of the money to the little girl and tells her, "This is your reward for your honesty." The little girl beams with happiness. At home, her mother is still worried. When the girl brings the money and puts it on the table, her mother is surprised and follows her secretly. She watches as her daughter goes back to the shopkeeper, sets up the table again, and starts selling sandwiches honestly. The mother hides and observes as her daughter politely deals with customers, even returning extra change. Seeing her daughter's honesty and confidence, the mother feels deeply proud. She then approaches the shopkeeper and thanks him. "We were so worried